This is Jay Scott, Gunstock Photos. Today we're out here on the range. We're going to be working with the new Glock 42. The Glock 42 is a .380 for the American market. Glock has had a .380 for a number of years available in the European market, the Glock 25, but it has not been able to be imported into the United States. It's a very thin, small package, very nice. This is the new baby Glock. There was always the 26 was referred to as a baby Glock, some of those. This is the new baby Glock. This is made in the USA. That's how Glock is able to deliver a .380 Glock for us in the American market. Basically, the Glock 42 is just like any other Glock. Same captive spring system as the other Gen 4 Glocks. Same transfer bar, comes apart the same way. There's really no difference in the functionality of this Glock other than its size and that it is a single stack. One of the nice things about the Glock 42 is definitely the sights. A lot of other guns in this size, in this class, the sights are abysmal. This has got a very nice rear sight, front sight combination. You can really see these when you're shooting. Just like its big brothers, the Glock 42 comes with a hard case, pistol of course. It also comes with a safety cable. Comes with two 6-round magazines, cleaning brush, cleaning rod, as well as all the appropriate manuals and safety information. All right, the Glock 42, just like it's like all the other Glocks, takedown is exactly the same. First thing you always do when you're going to take apart a Glock is check, make sure that it's empty, chamber's empty, no magazine in the gun. Go ahead and rack the slide, pull the trigger. Now what you want to do is just slightly pull back on the slide, pull down the takedown levers, and slide comes right off. Again, the transfer bar system, trigger group, all that's exactly the same as your regular Glocks. It's got a captured spring system, just like the Gen 4 Glocks. Slightly push in, takes your springs out, barrel comes out for cleaning. Glocks don't require a whole lot to keep them clean. Basically just brush out any carbon, any powder buildup, get it clean inside. Barrel goes back in like so. Capture system, just make sure you get it in the slot there. Just go ahead and put the slide back on the gun, rack it back, and you're good to go. Just like any other Glock. The first thing we're gonna do today is we're gonna go ahead and shoot the Glock 42 for some group. What we're going to be using today is some Hornady critical defense, typical type of defensive round that you would use for the 42. We're only going to be shooting at about 7 yards or so here, which would be typical of a self-defense situation. Let's go ahead and find out what we can do. As always, first thing you got to have eye protection, hearing protection. Go ahead and put a couple rounds. 6 rounds magazine capacity. All right, we're gonna go hot. Fairly decent little group for a .380. Let's go ahead and check the trigger pull weight on the Glock here. One of the things that I've discovered over time is that when you're checking the trigger pull weight on a Glock, because of the safety on that trigger, you gotta be careful where you put it. Where you put your hook on your trigger pull gauge can greatly influence what reading you actually get. So be sure to test it a couple times and try to get where your finger would actually be on that trigger. For instance, that was about an 8-pound trigger. I don't think that's indicative of what this trigger really is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get a little bit lower so I've got a little bit more leverage on the trigger. So let's try another one here. I've decided I'm going to invent a shoe for these type of triggers to test them. Okay, that was about a 5 3/4 trigger pound pull. And I think that's about what Glock is going to claim that it is. And it's what I've found to be true with this so far. It seems to me, both from my feel and also from checking the trigger weight on it, that that's about right. About 5 3/4 to 6 pounds is what you can expect out of your trigger on the Glock 42. All right, primary use of the Glock 42 obviously is self-defense, concealed carry. Glock 42, very thin profile, single stack, which really enhances it for concealed carry. It's gun is small enough that you actually could carry it in your front pocket. Gonna make sure, first of all, the gun is empty for the moment. No magazine, chamber is empty. You could carry it in a front pocket. It's gonna conceal quite well. However, I wouldn't recommend carrying without a pocket holster. When you draw from your pocket, you want a nice clean draw, and a pocket holster is going to help you with that. Make sure, obviously, that you have very good finger discipline when you're drawing out of your front pocket. You do not want that finger anywhere near the trigger until you're well clear of your own body parts. Today we're going to go ahead and do a close quarter drill. We're going to be using a concealed holster, typical of what you might find. I'm going to do this in a couple ways. First of all, do not do this type of drill unless you're a fairly experienced shooter or under instruction. Even if you are an experienced shooter, I recommend highly that you practice it a couple of times with an unloaded gun. That's what I'm going to do. Again, no magazine in the gun, chamber's empty. I'm going to go ahead and holster the gun. Here's the drill. We've got an attacker at close quarters. First thing we need to do is defend ourselves and try to make some separation. So first thing I'm going to do is with my offhand, I'm going to strike the opponent up towards the face, try to create some separation. As I do that, I'm going to draw the gun, and I'm going to put 2 into the body, and then I'm going to, as I back up, put 1 into the upper target. That's going to be our close quarters drill. So first I'm going to run through that. Again, that was kind of a slow motion. I'll do it a little bit faster speed with an empty gun. Then we'll go ahead and shoot it. That's basically how it's going to look with a loaded gun. All right, let's go ahead and load up. We'll give it a shot. Get my hearing protection on. Okay, so this is a close quarter combat drill with a Glock 42. That's how we do it. All right, so this is a Glock 42, again, a highly concealable self-defense carry gun. It's got very nice low profile, very thin, nice visible sights, white outline on the rear, white dot on the front, and 380 ACP. Hardly recoils at all. This would be a great gun for anyone, pretty much any size. As long as you can manipulate the slide, you'll be able to shoot this gun. Matter of fact, it recoils so lightly that you're going to have to be careful not to anticipate recoil and drop your shots. It's like any other Glock. Comes apart the exact same way, cleans up the same way. Only difference is 380 single stack. Comes with 2 6-round magazines. Comes with a cleaning rod, safety cable, and all the appropriate manuals. I think it's going to be a hit on the market. A lot of people would sure like to see this in a 9mm, and that includes me. I think this will be very competitive. All right, this is going to wrap it up here today at the range with the Glock 42. This is Jay Scott with Gunstock Photos. We'll see you next time out on the range.